As announced, as promised, today I have a special guest here. Most of you know her anyway. If not, she's Daria.
Hi.
She's the co-founder and co-owner of Move to Prague. And we decided to join forces for today's live stream. So please, guys, when you start joining, please drop your questions to the chat and we'll be happy to answer them. Thank you. We've been doing this together for 12 years, but we still have very different opinions on different things. So Daria will be answering the questions she'll like.
As I always do.
And yeah, we might have completely different opinions on different things. So whenever someone starts joining, usually takes a couple of minutes before it picks up. So I can see that one person is here. Thank you very much. Usually within 2 minutes, more people start joining when they start getting notifications on YouTube. So we'll wait for that. But if you already have any questions, then drop them into the chat and we'll be happy to start answering.
Do we have like a topic for questions, or it can be like any questions?
No, this is an open live stream.
Okay, so it can be any questions.
Can be any questions. Can be any questions about immigration, about visas.
Oh, you see, that's what was my point.
What?
Like not any questions.
It can be any. I'm just starting to mention it. So any questions about immigration, so visas, residence permits, accommodation, health insurance. It can be about starting a business in the Czech Republic, bringing your family, whatever. It can be also personal questions. But that usually doesn't happen. People usually call me things here. Usually Czech. But you can have any questions and we'll answer to the best of our abilities. So
there is a question.
Yes, I'll read it and then Daria will decide if she wants to answer or I will do that. This shall be fun. So Osama Bose, it's been 137 days since I submitted my long-term study visa. Me and a lot of Syrian friends still waiting and exceeded the time they set.
Where's the question?
There's no question.
What's the question there?
This actually comes to the live stream pretty often, and unfortunately, even if the ministry has 60 days to make the decision about the student visa, they usually take way longer. What can I do? Okay, that's the question.
Yes, I like. This we like, yes.
I'll finish the topic and then Daria will tell you what you can do. So unfortunately, it's pretty common. The ministry does not really stick to any official deadlines. So, but there are some things you can do. So, Daria, stage is yours.
Yeah, first of all, of course, you can contact not the embassy, but you can contact the Ministry of Interior. I don't know if you applied on your own or you use some services to do that. For sure, you can contact the ministry via data box or via normal post and just request first politely the update in your application. What also really helped in some of my cases is when if you're applying to study in the university, to have the university vouch for you. So maybe they can write like a letter and address that, like that they made some interview with you, or maybe you already started learning like remotely or something. So somebody who can vouch for you. Anyway, whatever you send to the ministry, with your application number will make them look at your file and open your file, which can expedite some action. But for sure, what's gonna happen next probably is that they will invite you for interview. So you can either wait and be invited for interview, or you can be a little proactive and try the things I mentioned before.
Yeah, there is another part of the question. We'll then get to Inspire Pools and Anit. But there is another part of the question. But the university started 10 days ago. Would I get rejected just because the university started?
No. Usually no. Like if the university started like 3 months ago, yes. But this way you shouldn't, because for sure, like when you provided the proof of your studies, sometimes they write there that it will start, let's say, 1st of October, or when you have your visa approved, depending on what you submitted there. So I don't think it will be rejected just because of that.
Thank you. So another question, Inspire Pools. Is it good time to buy a 2K apartment in Prague? 2KK. First of all, I saw a very funny video about 2KK. So if you if you're interested in that, it's like a stand-up comedy about the names of the apartments in the Czech Republic. Comment, and I'll be happy to send the link. Well, I would say it depends, because it depends on what do you want to do with the apartment. If you're buying it and also how you're gonna buy it, because if you want to live in that, I don't think there is ever a bad time. Of course, there are higher prices, lower prices, whatever. There are cheaper mortgages, more expensive mortgages. But if you want your own apartment, you want to buy the apartment, does not really make such a significant difference when you buy it, in my opinion. Another thing, though, is if you want to get a mortgage to buy the apartment, so you might consider that maybe the mortgage rates or the what is it called? Interest rates will go down, so maybe it would be good to wait a bit. Also, it's a different situation if you're buying it for yourself or if you plan on renting it out and have it as a business. In that case, it's very important how much you can get out of the apartment in like a form of rent and how much you would be paying for the mortgage. So that would be super important. So there are many things that go into that. If you want to go maybe deeper into the topic, get in touch, because we have an expert we work with and who's specialized exactly in this, in buying apartments, getting you a mortgage if you need it. If not, then all the other financial aspects of the process. So get in touch. We'll be happy to get you in touch with them, and you can take it from there. Anit K. Sunil. Can you tell me how much time will take to get an appointment in Indian VFS for work permits? So yeah, I'll answer. That doesn't look like that Daria wants to answer that, but there is something. Subhash, I think, might have a question for Daria. Anyway, so Anit, I think you're mixing two things, because VFS generally only processes short-term visas, and work permits or employment contracts usually are meant for long-term visas or long-term residence permits. If it's a short-term visa, so you only got like a employment contract for 3 months for a seasonal work, you might have some chances, but I cannot give you idea how long it will take, because we don't do that. If you got a work permit, like an employment contract for a longer period of time, like 9 months or 12 months or 24 months, whatever, then you're screwed. And most likely you got scammed, because there are no appointments available. So you will never get an appointment. Of course, unless the ministry changes that. But at this point, there is 0 available appointments for long-term visas, long-term residence permits for the purpose of stay of employment. So unfortunately, in this case, you don't have a chance at all. Subhash 1947. Hi sir, hi madam. When will be the next employee card visa appointment slot open in time and date in India? So I'll answer that as well, because that's basically about that, what I was talking about before. Never. That's the closest date. Unfortunately, employee cards, you can only apply for an employee card if your employer is part of the governmental program, and if they're not, which you would know if they were, then you don't have a chance to get an appointment, unfortunately.
That is brutal live stream. Like, that is a very didn't expect that at all. Like, where's the next appointment? Never.
Well, that's why people come here. I tell them everything as it is.
Okay. All right, I'm fine. I'm okay.
I hope so. So Osama, that's getting back to what you were talking about before. The situation in Beirut where I applied is chaos. Would it affect the process of my application? Like, they hold the decision till the whole area gets stable?
Could be. Like, also the visa processes and everything is highly political, and might be. Yeah, I think it might be influenced by that, unfortunately.
Yeah, one thing is that the long-term visa decisions or long-term residence permit decisions are made not by embassies, but the Ministry of the Interior here. So it should not have like a direct impact that the embassy wants to make any trouble or something. But yes, if there is some politics behind that, that can influence the process. Benjamin Tiba. Is it possible to get citizenship in Czech Republic? You wanna answer the question?
It is possible. Is it also very hard? Also, yes. Yeah, Czech Republic is, I think, second hardest country to get citizenship in, or third or something like this. So maybe if you tell more information about your case, about you, we'll be very happy to elaborate on that. But generally speaking, it is possible. It is though extremely hard. You have to like just like a few points. You have to live here. Usually, if you don't have any ancestors, I think it's called, you have to live here at least 10 years. You have to prove significant importance to the Czech Republic, that you don't have any debts, that you have a stable social connections here, etc., etc. And then the process after you apply for the citizenship can take a year or 2 years, and they can request more and more documents. So like it's kind of, it is possible. I think everything is possible if you really wanted to, but like, do you want to though?
Okay, it's another part of the hard live stream today. Okay, Safe Haven. Hey guys, please, how long do I need to stay in the Czech Republic under the standard employee card before bringing my wife and kids under me? That's a pretty common question, and actually, you don't have to wait at all. You could have all come at the same time.
Well, depends. Do you want them to come to see you, or do you don't do want? Like, so basically,
Daria.
like we can modify our answer a little bit, like depending what you want to hear. Like, just, no.
Okay, well, if she's listening and you don't want her here,
Just
then
blink twice.
then it's not possible at all. Now, of course, it's possible. There are two types of family reunification. One is a long-term visa. For that, the family can apply anytime, basically even together with you when you were applying for your own employee card. The kind of disadvantage there is that it does not allow your wife to work. So sometimes people wait until they can apply, until the family members can apply for a long-term residence permit, and that allows them to work. So it depends, like if you just want them to come here and it doesn't matter if they can work or not, they can apply anytime now. If you want them to be able to work here, then they can apply for the residence permit after 6 months of you having the employee card in the Czech Republic. Angela Diana Rose. Hello Jan, I'm glad you have live at this time. Haha, usually I'm sleeping when you go on the live every Monday and Thursday. Thank you very much for joining. I'm usually sleeping as well when I do the live streams. So happy we are both awake now.
That explains a lot. I think he questions his life decisions when he invites me for his live streams. Like, what course of action did lead to that moment?
Well, no comments. Someone was calling, so I just had to do something about it. Anit K. Sunil, okay sir, thank you, but it's hard to hear. Okay, we'll try to go closer to the mic here. Yeah, come closer. Thank you for the feedback, because we are two here, so it's a bit different than normally. Arun Rautan, hi Mr. Jan, how are you doing? It's been more than 40 days of submitting my application for change of workplace under the same employee, and I didn't receive any news from MOI. Hi Arun, thank you very much for joining.
Hi Aaron, nice to see you.
Nice to not see you.
No, well.
Nice to see you comment. Well, one thing is that you will never be notified about that. It's only your employer who receives the information, and that information goes to their data box. So maybe they have already received the information. So first, speak with them. Second, if it's just like 30 days or 40 days, give them maybe a couple more days. Sometimes it can take a bit longer, but then if it takes more than that, we might want to contact the ministry and see what's going on. So, Subash 1947, there is another part of the question. My job vacancy number is registered in the center database of job vacancies in the Czech Republic. Still, I wouldn't get any employee card appointment. Nope, because it's not about that. It's about how many people can yearly apply. That's a quota set by the Czech government, and the quota recently is 0. So, Czech Republic does not want any Indians or Bangladeshi, Nepali, whoever needs to apply through the Czech embassy in India. They don't want you here, basically. So it's a bit harsh to say, but unfortunately it's like that.
A bit harsh.
Unfortunately it's like that. Just the quota is 0, so you have no chance. Only if your employer is in some of the programs, you can potentially apply. But even then, it will take probably like 1.5 years to even get the appointment. So yeah, unfortunately, no. Angela Diana Rose, my question is that. How can I know if the agency in Czech that employ me is legit? Because we've been waiting for 6 months now and there is no progress in FRS while other applicants get their visas. Oh, she is Miss Daria. First time to see her, only hearing her name from you.
Oh, you talk about me on your live streams.
Probably.
Oh.
So yes, that's Miss Daria. That's Miss Daria. Your lifetime is 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in Hong Kong. Your voice is loud already. Okay.
Thank you for saying that. I think I'm gonna be partially deaf when I'm going home today.
Well, it's hard to say because for the employee card, if you already submitted the application, then like if you gave them all the documents, if you gave them the criminal checks, you're not a criminal, all is good on your side, then the only potential problem can be your employer. And there might be many problems. It's not just about if the agency is legit or not, because they most likely are. Otherwise, the embassy might not even accept the application if the company didn't exist or something like that. The question is what is their status with the ministry? If the ministry sees that they're not really an agency and they're just trying to get visas for people and don't really employ them, or if they pay all the social security, healthcare for their employees, or if they don't, or there might be other things. So it's very difficult to say. And I think you will need to wait until you get the decision, whatever it is. Arun Rautam, I already spoke with Mr. Petra, with Petra, and even she didn't receive anything. Yeah, we can speak with her tomorrow as well. Daria is actually her boss.
Petra is amazing. Petra is so great. I really love her. So, like, I'm sure when she receives an update, she will let you know.
Safe Haven, thanks for the response. Well understood. Actually, it's for them to come live with me. Yeah, so anytime, if you need any help with the application, get in touch. We'll be happy to help you. We've done like hundreds, maybe thousands of family reunification visas and residence permits. So if you need any help with that, get in touch. Like the live, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, Daria brings a bit of life to the live stream. I'm usually pretty boring. With Daria, it's a bit different now. Subash, thank you very much. Yazan Amri. Hi, is it better to apply for a family reunification residence permit after get refused in family visa? And the reason that they think that the relationship is not serious, but it is.
Yeah, we had this a few times now in our practice. Somebody came to us after this happened, for sure. So when you apply, so visa and residence, I'm sure they can hear me. Guys, can you just tell everybody that you can hear me well? I have the same microphone at home. I do the same thing.
Okay.
So, when you apply for the visa or you apply for the residency, there are slightly different jurisdictions in that. So when you apply for the visa, they can just deny it and refuse it kind of right away, and they don't like they do give you a reason and you can appeal it, but it's not as serious as if you apply for the residency permit, because residency permits applications go through a different jurisdiction. So in case they don't like something, it usually goes through a deeper like examination process. When our clients apply for the residency permits, we usually include our information and our power of attorney. So in case the minister has any doubts, they contact and they come through us, not to you directly, which makes it a more kind of a serious application to consider. So for sure, yes, we actually had a case when our client first applied for the visa, was denied, and we applied for the residency permit again. No, we wait. We'll see. I will update you in a few months again. But for sure, I think it would be a good idea. I would also advise you to provide a little bit more evidence, because I think you probably had like an interview in the embassy and you have a transcript of what like went wrong. So you can also like kind of work on it and provide a little bit more evidence that the relationship is like valid and serious and legit.
Thank you. So then Gerald, Eli, Gatpandan. I'm mispronouncing all your names, guys, for sure. So sorry for that. How hard is it to find a flat? Is it a month of stay in hotel or Airbnb enough? Yes, we usually recommend 2 to 3 weeks in a hotel or Airbnb or somewhere else. Depends on how picky you are, depends on what is your budget, what are your requirements, and also depends on how much time you really will like invest into that. Because sometimes people say, okay, I will have a month to look for an apartment, but they can only go see apartments at 7 o'clock in the morning before they go to work, or at 6 o'clock when they finish at work. And that very much limits the amount of apartments you can see, because now landlords are the ones who are in charge. So if the landlords, if you answer to some advertisement, they usually don't tell you, okay, when would you like to come? Can you do you want to come tomorrow at 6 or after the day after tomorrow at 2? Let me know. They usually tell you, okay, I'll be in the apartment in 3 hours. Do you want to come see it or not? So you need to be very flexible with the like visiting times and also with your requirements. But then 2-3 weeks generally should be enough.
4 weeks.
4 weeks. Okay. Angela, any government website where we can check if the agency exists? I know you mentioned before that the agency can hire if they are in a program, but I can find any website if they're really legit agency. Well, you can check if the company exists, which is pretty simple at RS. If you just Google RS, ARES, it should find you a database of companies. As for agencies, like work agencies, there is a database of that as well, but I would need to check it. I don't remember from top of my head. Benjamin, let's see. Benjamin Tiba. How many months it will take for work visa process if I apply from UAE for general worker? I would need to check if there are some quotas. I don't think so that there are quotas but maybe there are in Abu Dhabi.
I think there are.
So we would first need to check if you even have a chance of getting an appointment there and how high the chance is. And then it also depends on a couple other things as well, because it's different. You can only apply for any Czech visa or residence permit in the country of origin or in the country where you have been legally staying for more than 2 years. So if you're in Emirates for less than 2 years and you're not like native from there, then you might not even apply there. So it kind of depends, and we would need to check and discuss a few more things. Yazan Amri, thanks. XYZ. What happens when the accreditation of study course ended? Does the university extend the accreditation of the course? Yeah, well, it's in their own interest to do so, so they usually do. I would not say it's like 100% the rule, but I would say generally, yes, they do. because that changes a lot of things. Because if the accreditation ends, they might not be able to get new students into the program. They might have problems with their visas, all that. So it's in the interest of the school to do that. So guys, there are more and more questions. So
Because I'm here.
yeah, so I'm thinking if we'll stop, if the last question will be my spot. So when we get there, we'll see. If there are like plenty more questions, we'll probably stop the live stream there. If there is just one or two more, then
Yeah,
we'll
if you
just
have like
finish
a
that.
weird ass question you wanna ask, like do that. Like I'm in for it. Please do that.
So Marvin De Luna. Can a company in Czech Republic apply for a long-term visa for purpose of employment in behalf of the employee? Quick question. No. I'm thinking if there is any potential scenario when they could do that, but not really. You always need to submit the application yourself. They might apply for your appointment if they're part of the program, but not really submit your application. Unless like there might be very like small few exceptions. Ervan Dubogan. Ahoj Jan and Daria. Why immigration is so tough and complex in Czechia in your opinion? Has something bad happened in Czech history?
That's a question. Yes.
Regarding immigration, 3 months now, but still got no appointment still. Yeah.
I was too excited. I'm sorry.
You wanna go for it?
I don't know. Like it can get very political. So I don't know. I feel like Czech Republic really protects its like borders and its culture. I think that's the main reason. So like even like when the whole refugee crisis just started and started to happen maybe almost 10 years ago, it was impossible to get like refugee status in Czech Republic. It still is. So I don't know. I feel like Czech Republic just protects its borders a lot, and that's the main concern. So if you look at the around like countries, Germany or France or Spain or Italy, it's a completely different story. So I think it's like the whole policy of the Czech Republic just to like to protect. It's not even about, for example, religion, because Czechs are not religious. It's actually the most I want to say autistic.
Autistic country.
The most autistic country.
Might be.
But I don't know, maybe about culture and some fears in general. So they're really about like protecting their borders, and I feel like they broadcast that philosophy on like in every immigration process as well.
Yeah, well, one thing in my opinion as well is that Czech Republic is pretty small. You know, we only have 10 million people. So if you bring another million, which is a lot, that's 10% of the population. So it's not like Germany or France where if they bring a million of people, it's like not really much. So that might be another part of that. We are kind of also still learning because it's, as Daria mentioned, it's about politics. So it's Czech Republic did not join the EU that long ago. Before that, we were in some situation, let's say. So it's kind of still everything. It's now becoming, what's in my opinion interesting, that immigration is becoming more of a topic for politicians, not only before elections. So someone actually starts thinking about that and things start moving. So I see a good trend there.
Yeah, that's actually a great point. Yeah, because like if you again look at like France and Germany and Italy, like the immigration there has been for like decades and decades and decades. You know, like they're used to that, so that's why some processes are also faster. And Czech Republic, yeah, it's been like almost like it's a baby. It's immigration baby, so it's you know, it has much to learn.
Angela, Gerald, děkuji. Není zač, rádo se stalo. Angela, for the work permit, if no stamp or logo of MOI, that's meant it's fake or still valid. If you mean work permit like permission to work from the labor office, then it should be on the letterhead of the labor office. But if it's just an employment contract, it doesn't even need to have any logo of the company. Definitely not any logo of the ministry. And Angela also says, guys, don't forget to like the live, please, guys. Angela says.
Like, comment, subscribe, get notifications, and now drill, guys. Yes.
So my spot, let's see, there are still...
Oh.
Okay, so now the last thing will be Subhash, will be the last comment, the last question we answer, and then we end the live stream because it's been half an hour already.
You had a chance to ask your weirdest question.
Yeah.
You've been warned.
Maybe there is one, we'll see. So my spot. School started on the 16th of September, but I spoke to the school and they gave me till the 1st of October to be there. Will I face any problems at the point of entry with immigration as I'm waiting visa?
First of all, you have to get your visa approved. You have to have it in your hands. As soon as you have it in your hands, then you can start working. Now worry about getting your visa.
Unless you have the 90 days visa-free stay and you can come here without the visa, you can potentially start studying the school without having the visa. But I believe Daria touched the topic before that if you get approved, now it's already a month from when your school started. So that's starting to be a pretty long time. It can still be approved, but if it's another month or two, then the ministry could even deny the application because they've been taking too long to approve it in time. Unfortunately, that's how it sometimes works here. XYZ, thank you for your reply. Our pleasure. Erwan, are Daria and Petra sisters?
We get that a lot. We do get it a lot. Even one client confused us and started talking to me because he thought that we're the same person. We are not sisters, but we do get asked it a lot.
Sisters in crime.
Yes. Sisters from different mother and father.
Marvin, are all forestry work seasonal? Honestly, I don't know. Hard to say. Honestly, I don't know really much about that. If you can do forestry work the whole year round, I would say generally it is a seasonal work but there is also one special type of visa which is meant for calamities and stuff like that. If something serious happens, some I don't know, earthquake, and it destroys half of the forests here, then we could potentially introduce this visa so people can come and help. But yeah, don't exactly know the answer to this. Ayman Sule, I don't know, sorry. Do I need my degree and transcript to be apostilled when I reach Czechia and submit the documents in MOI? Please know that my degree is from Malaysia.
I was looking at myself, I'm so sorry.
Daria's losing her concentration right now. So where we are, yeah. If you want to use the documents in the Czech Republic, they generally need to be either apostilled or even super legalized, depending on the country. So you should, there are a couple countries, but it's 15, where there is an agreement between the Czech Republic and that country that we accept each other's documents without any verification. But I don't think we have it with Malaysia. I'm pretty sure that Malaysia is fine with the apostilles. So yeah, you would definitely need to get it apostilled before you come here. Now the question is, if you need it for something, if you're moving here for work, then the degree is enough. You don't need to get your transcript apostilled. But if you are coming here to study, for example, then even the transcript would need to be apostilled. And you'll not need the transcript for the immigration itself. You might need it for the school to get your diploma recognized here and nostrified. Arun, another question for both of you. My employee visa card validity is going to finish in April 2025. Until when my family can apply for visa reunification?
Well, the best scenario would be for them to apply after you get your new card. If you don't have any other circumstances to that, I would advise to do that. But basically, they can apply anytime. But when they are going through the approval process, they will see what is your status. So a few scenarios can happen. Let's say they apply now, they get approved before your card expires and you're not in the process of renewing it, then they will have the same validity of their residencies or visas as your current card, which could be sucky because it could even be 2 weeks or 1 month, that sucks an egg. Then, in case you already started the prolongation process of your employee card, they will hold their applications most probably till the point when you actually get approved for the next period, and only then they will approve your residency for or their residency, sorry, for the longer period, the same as your last approved card. So that depends, on how you wanna plan it and how you wanna work around it.
Thank you. Subhash, can you share the original website in which we can get all updated non-EU visa information? I'm not sure exactly what you mean.
You mean our website?
Of course, the best source of information is movetoprague.com. If you need to check your status or something, maybe just comment under the video when the finishes or when the live stream is finished, and rephrase your question, and we'll be happy to share the link there. XYZ, so I make Jan's face weird with my question. I don't remember the question, but my face is pretty weird normally, so.
It's not you.
My spot, thank you. And there are so many others.
Let's see very quickly. Thank you very much. I hope we can have a scanner. I didn't see. Hello, there's any kind of jobs. Sorry, the same questions. Open work permit, verification visa. So your opinion is hard to get a work visa. Yeah, the same. All the questions we already covered, guys.
So I will do two last things here. Horatio, hello. Is there any kind of job seeker visa on the horizon in the Czech Republic? We already have it, but it's not like in other countries where you could come here to look for a job. You can only get it if you finished your school, your university in the Czech Republic. So we already have a job seeker visa, but that only applies for people who graduated Czech universities, and they can stay for another 9 months and look for a job or start their own business. But I don't think anything like you can come here, because even the standard, if you already found a job, the process to get here might be half a year, 2 years, 7 years, or never. So getting you come here to look for a job with this efficiency probably does not make much sense. And Adebayo Ademola, because the name is familiar, I believe you maybe wrote us some email earlier today or something. So I just want to answer that as well. Hello everyone, please, I'm new here. Could you please take through the process of relocation to Czech Republic? I reside in Oman. If I'm right, and if you send an email to us earlier, I'll be happy to get back to you, or we'll get back to you in some shape or form. We can discuss that. If you're in Oman, it depends on where are you from. It depends on how long have you been residing there. Depends on what kind of visa residence permit you would like to apply for. So maybe the best course of action would be arranging a consultation with us first, to go through your situation, to get some information about you and give you some advice if it makes sense to apply for some kind of visa and which one, or if it does not even make sense to try, which can also happen. Okay, guys, thank you very much again for coming today. I hope you enjoyed this live stream and this special guest, Daria. We might actually do this again sometime.
You liked it, guys.
Yeah, it's been fun.
If you liked it as well, if you liked my witty presence here, you can give us a like, because I can see there's 19 people currently watching our live stream, and on the 9 likes, people, you can give a like if you would like to see me again. I don't know if I want to stay for the results, because it's gonna hurt my ego so much. But if not, give us a like.
Yeah, and of course you can also.
I can see a like.
Yeah.
Okay, I take it as fine.
Okay, so we are doing this again soon, guys. Thank you very much. Have lovely evenings or whatever it is where you are. And we'll see you again.
Okay.
Thursday, Monday, until the end of the world.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.